Hey everybody, Kevin Duffy here of the Boston Herald, joined by Karen Gregan at Gillette Stadium. It is Week 10. We're headed down to Nashville in a couple days to visit with a few former Patriots, and Malcolm Butler is the one who's really dominating the headlines. Butler signed a deal I think worth $35 million guaranteed this offseason. He is last in the NFL in yards allowed as a cornerback, last in TDs, and last in receptions. So statistically, he could not be any worse. What do you think's going on with Malcolm Butler?
Yeah, he's really struggling. Mike Vrabel chalks it up to technique issues. I mean, we know Malcolm Butler is an aggressive corner. I mean, he's falling for everyone's double moves. People seem to have the book on him. I don't know. I think it could be he's having confidence issues to go along with his over-aggressiveness. Maybe it goes back to even the Super Bowl benching. Mm-hmm. You know, whatever the case is, he's not quite the Malcolm Butler that we knew from his Patriot days, or at least his early Patriot days.
Right. So Malcolm Butler's second and third seasons here, he was awesome. He was a Pro Bowl player in his second season, and probably even better his next, although he didn't get the Pro Bowl nomination that year. Last season, you started to see a little bit of decline, but no one thought it would be like this and fall off to where he's not even playing in two cornerback sets. They're using Adoree Jackson and Logan Ryan. He comes in when they use three corners, and teams have really been targeting him, and I assume that Tom Brady is going to do the same on Sunday.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons. You know, Bill Belichick is still getting heat for the decision to not play him at all in that Super Bowl. I still think that was a bad decision, for the record. But, again, he's their weak link, let's face it, in that secondary. And if he's matched up with Josh Gordon, let's say, at any point, at any time, you go at him every day.
Yeah. Why don't we flip the script to a former Patriot who's actually playing pretty well for the Titans. Dion Lewis has basically been their entire offense the last couple of weeks. And I think it's, you know, oftentimes players, especially skill position players, leave New England and people aren't sure what they're going to do outside the Patriots scheme because everyone's kind of labeled a system player here. Dion Lewis clearly is a player who's going to excel no matter where he is. He's proving that in Tennessee. 138 yards from scrimmage in his last two, average yards from scrimmage in his last two games. I think he's a major problem for the Patriots defense.
Without question. The thing that's always stuck out about Dion Lewis when he was here and still with the Titans, he has that ability to make people miss. The Patriots obviously have not done the best job with running backs catching the ball out of the backfield. That's the place where I'm most interested to see how the Patriots defend him. Yeah,
they've been fortunate the last couple of years. They've just gotten to, you know, tag Dion Lewis on the practice field, and that's easy enough. Yeah. Now when you got to tackle the guy in the open field in the game, totally different story. So I'm sure that Patriots defense not looking forward to that one.
And he's the one player, again, who they will target and try and eliminate. Good luck with that.
Right, and just from a Patriots perspective this week, we didn't see Rob Gronkowski, Sony Michel, or Shaq Mason against the Packers. Offense still put up 31 points. I thought it was a really impressive performance. It wasn't perfect at all times. It was a little clunky on the goal line, but when you factor in you're missing three of your best offensive players, really good stuff from Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady. This week, do you think we're going to see Gronk, Michel, Mason? They do have a bye in Week 11, so they can afford to let those guys sit maybe one more week, get them fully healthy coming out of the bye.
Yeah, I'm guessing you might see Sony Michel. Not quite sure yet about Gronk or Mason. You would you'd like to rest those guys and give them as much time as you can, because really, down the road, you'd like to have Gronk as healthy as possible or Mason as healthy as possible. We'll see.
Yeah, I think Sony Michel returns this week. I was actually surprised he didn't go last week against the Packers. They got by with Patterson, but restoring some balance to the offense is really going to help them, especially when they're on the goal line. They had a third and one and a fourth and one from the 1 yard line last game, and they spread it out and threw both times. If Sony Michel's in the lineup, they're probably approaching that in a different way.
No question about it. And, even, at times they're using up their trick plays right now, and that's something kind of they like to keep toward the end of the year. They don't like to show their hand as much as they have with those type of plays. But hey, you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, they've won 6 in a row, so they look to make it 7 heading into the bye. You guys can find all of our coverage from Patriots Titans at bostonherald.com. Thanks for watching.